I don't know how YouTubers do this without feeling a little dumb as hell. Well, hey guys, I don't know what to say. It's Chloe Swedenis, and I just posted a 10-page, I guess, comic that took me a whole stupid month to make. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to talk about this a little bit more because, oh my god, that took so much time. That was the longest time, like, that is the longest amount of time I've spent on something. Which I'm now realizing sounds really embarrassing. I should say the longest I've spent on a personal art project, okay? This took me a whole stupid month, okay? Let's get into everything about it. So, I want to start off and say, sorry it's been a while since I uploaded. I know in my last video I said I want to post more, but I didn't know what. Well, someone made a suggestion actually. I don't remember what it said, but I was like, oh, actually, I think it was a process video. So, boom. I'm giving the people what they want. Anyway, I know I said that I would post more, but then I didn't want to keep, I get so cringed out over YouTube. I feel so silly. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, I just want to say I'm sorry that it's been a while since my last upload. I got employed. And now I have like a full-time job, and so like I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of things besides like doodle and like hang out with my friends and family. Lame. This is so fucking lame. No, but yeah, you know what, it brought me to the point that I was at where I hadn't been drawing a lot and I wanted to again, and I was like, you know, a good way to get back into the groove of things is to redraw stuff. And I love to redraw stuff. This is true. If you go through any of my accounts, you will see most of my tags, most of my captions are like, this is a redraw of an old idea I had. I have like 5 ideas. I need you to know that. So I was like, yeah, let's redraw an old comic. And I was like, you know, I've been meaning to redraw this really old one from end of 2024 for a while. Like, I've been wanting to redraw it, and it happened to be this awesome, super awesome comic that I made of Dean Winchester and Destiel in season 5 episode 3, which, if you don't know, I'm going a little crazy over Supernatural, which I don't know why you'd be watching this if you didn't know that, but yeah, if you just clicked on this, I've been going a little crazy over them for the past, oh my god, like year and a half. Oh my god. I've especially been going a little crazy over the previously mentioned Dean Winchester and Cassio. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Destiel fan, which, you know, who is it? That's the real question. Who is it? But I'm just gonna assume you know what Destiel is, so I'm not gonna go too far into that. But basically, that's what the comic was about, was Destiel. The premise of the original comic was, okay, I'm what the kids like to call a purist, okay? I really like the first 5 seasons of Supernatural, okay? I'm the same with my Interview with the Vampire books. I'm the same with Bones, that show. I'm the same with Grey's Anatomy. Like, it's consistent. I like the original, like, set few seasons of a show, of the book series, yada yada. So I really enjoy those first 5 seasons, but I also really like Destiel. Okay, you see, the issue is a lot of what happens with them happens in the later seasons, okay? Which is not good for me. So basically what the original premise of the comic is rewriting some of season 5 episode 3, which, if you don't know, is like the Ponvar episode of Star Trek. Where you know, all those housewives were like looking at Spock and Kirk and they were like, wait, something's going on. This is what season 5 episode 3 is to Supernatural and Destiel, where everyone was like, wait, low-key, what's going on here with these two? So it's just a little rewrite of season 5, episode 3, where I just kind of make it after the big like climax of the episode happens. They have a little debrief, which does happen in the episode, but I just kind of extended it and then made it a little gay. Who said that? Me. I said that. Basically, I just like confirmed that Dean has a crush on Cass, which I don't think is a controversial take, but like I just make it more obvious. Like, so if this were the episode, people would be like, wait, are they gonna get together? You know? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's enough about that for now. So one thing I really liked about the original comic was how like I don't know, how sketchy it looked. It was so close together, and it was just, I was just making it up as I went. Oh my god, hashtag Destiel quote, we're making it up as we go. That was me. I was making it up as I went, because the original was, you know, just a sketch, and I was just doing it for fun. So I was like, yeah, you know what, we'll make it look like that, because this comic was going to be just a warm-up sketch that would have taken me maybe a few days, you know, if like use it to warm up to then draw some more. I was like, maybe I'll post it on my spam account on Instagram. That's where this was gonna head, okay? That's where I was planning on it. Yeah, so if you like look at the first page, you can really tell I was like not planning on making 10 pages. Like, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 panels, which I guess like is consistent throughout the rest of the comic too, like 5 to 6 panels or 6 to 7 panels. But the first page, you can really tell I did not know I was gonna be in it for the long haul. Anyway, so I got to like maybe the second or third page, and I realized that it was taking me a very long time to get to where the ending of the original comic was. And I was like, this is taking me a long time, and I'm putting a lot of effort into this. And once it hits that point in my head, I'm like, okay, I have to post it on my main account. The thing is, the way the original comic ends is dumb as hell. Like, it's fine, but it's kind of dumb as hell. And I was like, I can't leave the ending of the comic like that on my stupid account. I can't do that. So I did what any normal person did and started writing how I would want the rest of that scene to go, which is a big deal for me, okay? Because I think that's one of the reasons I always do redraws, is because I like little moments within things, and when I get those, I get like a peak moment to me, okay? So like I can't finish a scene fully because I like this one part, and that's the one part I wanted to do. The thing is, now if I wanted to post this whole thing, I couldn't just leave it halfway done. I had to finish the scene. Ugh, my life, it's so hard. So I was like, okay, I'll just write it out. I will write out the rest of the scene. I was tormented by this fucking comic. I would go to bed every night and think up ways of how to end it, where it could go, like different like AUs to the AU I'm making. It was insane. I was going crazy. I didn't know where I wanted it to go. I have so many screenshots on my iPad of the multiple like scripts I had, and usually when I write a script for a comic, I like mess with it maybe once or twice again. I rewrote this thing like 7 times. I was serious about figuring out where this would go. Ugh. And then I kind of realized, like, continuing the comic, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but continuing the comic made me find more ways that these two could connect. I was like, wait, I can like really make a good connection with these two, like right now. And like, that's one of my favorite things about Destiel, is that they were friends first and then they became, you know, the last great American queerbait. So I realized I could connect it more to how Dean felt about how he went to hell. This sounds so dumb if you don't know Supernatural. I could connect it more to how Dean felt when he came back from hell, and seeing Cass go through that now, like with just the possibility of being from hell, which is what Raphael suggested, was that Lucifer resurrected him. And I realized that like they can find comfort in each other with realizing that they both still really, you know, like each other and know that the other is a good person, even if they come from a bad start, which once again is great for Dean's character with Satan spawn himself, John Winchester, as a father. I was like, wait, I could really show that Dean has changed as a character, you know? Which sounds crazy. Like, I feel like I'm putting so much of my shit on a pedestal right now, but it's like 2 pages of dialogue of Dean just like saying you don't need to listen to other people, and you don't need to prove yourself to be a good person. You can just be a good person. I thought it'd be a good way to show Dean's improvement from seasons 1 and 2, where he needed to be John's perfect son. I wanted to show that Dean has moved on from thinking like that he's willing to be his own person now, and that he wants to see Cass be like that too. I just think that's so cute. And I hope it came through in the comic, but I really wanted John to like haunt the narrative. I really want him to be there all the time. I think Dean and Cass having parallel daddy issues is so peak. Like, do the writers even know that they did that? That's so good. That's so fucking good. Oh my god. But anyway, enough about that. Alright, so in the original comic, it's mostly about Dean realizing he likes Cass, but like I wanted the new one to also explore Cass liking Dean too. And this is where Castiel Jump Your Bones Supernatural comes to play. So after I ran out of old comic to go off of, my next big issue was pacing, because obviously I didn't have anything to go off of, so I had to figure it out. I had to make it up as we go. So first I had to write it out. I had to write out the dialogue and then be like, yeah, that's good enough. And then I had to figure out where I would break all the pages, because each comic page should end with kind of a cliffhanger so that you go to the next page, you know, if that makes sense. So I was having a lot of issues with like trying to figure out how to do that with the rest of the comic, and also make sure that like I kept the same tone the whole time. I do this all the time. Like when I'm making a comic, I reread the pages over and over and over and over and over again to make sure like I'm not going too fast with the pacing, which, oh gosh, pacing is my biggest up. I hate that guy because like even if this comic took me a fucking month to make, I still had to like you still read it in like 5 seconds flat, right? So like you have to keep continuously reading the comic you're making over and over to make sure that each page makes sense with the last and the next. I had so many drafts saved on my iPad of like ugly versions of it, multiple different scripts for it. It was so much just for this. A good thing about rereading it over and over again is I get to, you know, act it out the whole time, and I get to like make sure that Dean is talking like Dean and Cass is talking like Cass. It's good for characterization, I think, to reread over and over again. So it's very tedious. But yeah, like I said, towards the end of the scenes, like towards the end of the comic, I started really struggling with the mood of it. I wasn't really sure how serious to get. Early drafts was a lot more serious, like where Cass says, you know, you may be right about one thing, and then Dean says, oh, just one thing? What's that? It was originally something about like the angels being right about something, and then Cass said, you're not so bad sometimes. And I was like, I think Dean would take that really, I don't know if poorly is the correct word. Let's see, actually, what did it say? Because it said, yeah, you aren't so bad sometimes. Yeah, is that what it says? Oh! Okay, yeah, it said the archangels were right about one thing, you. Which, in theory, is so drama. Because the angels didn't want Cass to get close to Dean because he was rebelling the fuck out of the angels every time he was near Dean. But Dean wouldn't know that. So then Dean would take that a little too personally, I think, and not realize that it was a flirt. So like he was in the very end comic, he like would look at the house and then like look all unsure, and then I was like, but do I want my comic to end like that? Like, did the episode end like that? I really don't remember. I don't remember how the episode ends at all. I'm like really talking out of my ass, like truly. But it was like super serious at the beginning, but I realized that like the beginning of the comic isn't that serious, so I should keep it not that serious the whole time. And also, Supernatural as a show, thank God, they do not like Dean elaborating on his emotions. So this really helped with me, so I could just really simplify like the dialogue. Oh my gosh, I hope I have a picture of the original, like the original little monologue he goes on probably would have taken me another 2 pages. Like, it would have been so much. Like, I'm so glad that Supernatural likes to get to the point with their emotions, because you know what? Let's get to the point. Let's get to the fucking point. But I think also the silly ending really helps, because Dean looking at the house and sticking his tongue out, I think is cute. And also, he's like, "Heh, you bitch, like, you archangel, like this stupid little angel still likes me anyway, dumbass." This angel still likes me anyway, you dumbass. Like, yeah, you didn't win. But I don't know. I just had a lot of fun making it, but yeah, rereading it over and over again really did help me like figure out what would work best, and I think it really in the end helped it like come together. Just making sure it all read well and that we like got to a point in it, and I was able to get some good flirt across from Cass, which is very out of character, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I think in the end, I think it is pretty good. What I really liked about the original comic was the one line where dude says, "Well, you found me in hell, remember it? I'm not so bad." That shit makes me laugh every time, because he's funny as fuck, and that's the most in-character line I've ever written. So like, what I really liked about the original comic was how like, not in character it was, how in character it was. So I really wanted to like capture that again. And I think I did all right. But whoever said redrawing your old stuff gets you out of art block, I have to thank you. Whoever you are, thank you. Because even if this comic took me a whole month to make, it still meant I was drawing for a whole month, you know? So that's always good. I hope this video made sense. Like and subscribe. I'm sorry I sound stuffy AF. It's the sign of the time. Am I allowed to do that? It's the sign of the times. We gotta get away from here. Oh, speaking of, I have been going insane over 91 whiskey. Wait, hey, no, come back.